Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Liz, and in today's video, we're making over an outdoor space and I have plenty of DIYs to share with you. Chris and I have a lake house that we are renovating, updating right now, and I have several outdoor spaces that I needed to tackle, and really most of these spaces are blank canvases. So I had to do pretty much everything. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you how I decorated the lower level, which is our fire pit level, and then we also have an upper deck level that we're gonna be working on as well. So let's get started on my lower deck. The first thing I'm gonna do is add in the Bluu fringed market umbrella. I wanna thank Bluu for sponsoring today's video. The fringe umbrella that I have has a crank handle. It also has a tilt, which is gonna be perfect sitting over these loungers that I'm gonna put underneath. I really like that the company Bluu has a program called One Umbrella, One Tree, where they will plant a tree in US cities for every umbrella sold. Now underneath my umbrella, I'm gonna add in the Bluu Chase lounge chairs. These were super easy to set up. I just had to attach the two pieces, add the legs to the bottom. I also added the top. Now the top piece has a 5-level adjustment, so these are gonna be great for laying out on, or people can just sit on them as well. The Chase lounges are also water and UV resistant, which are gonna be perfect for outside. I'm super excited about this next furniture piece. It looks like a side table, but it's actually multifunctional. It's a side table as well as a cooler. This is the Bluu Outdoor Cool Bar Table. This is perfect to go in between my loungers. I also love it because we have a lot of stairs at our lake house. We're gonna be able to keep drinks cold and we're not gonna have to keep running up to the refrigerator to grab them. I put the cooler in between my Chase lounge chairs. You can use it as a side table. You can pull the top of it up and lock it in place and it becomes a cooler as well. One thing I really wanted to do on this lower level was string some cafe lights across the entire patio. So in order to do that, I needed something to attach them to on the other side. Well, there's really nothing there except for the lake. I wanted to create some planters with a tall board that I could hook the cafe lights in. I picked up 2 wooden planters from Lowe's. I also grabbed some pressure treated boards. These were 4x4 boards. Now with the long boards, I'm going to stain them. I'm also going to add some hooks to the top. This is important to do before you attach your boards just because it's gonna be high up. The next step was to add my boards to the middle of my planters. These boards were pretty heavy and I want them to be super stable, so I had to make sure that they were sturdy and in place. So I bought some L brackets and I screwed L brackets into the bottom of the boards. And then I put the board into the middle of my planter and screwed them into the planters. So I had to get some weight to the bottom of my planter to offset the heaviness of the board. So I mixed up some concrete with water. With my concrete, I like it to be a little bit thicker than a pudding consistency. And I'm going to mix the concrete with water and then I'll add it to my planters. Now at the bottom of my planters, I wanted maybe, I would say 3 or 4 inches at the bottom of them. So I put the concrete in place and I let that set for 24 hours before I did anything additional. After your concrete set up, you want to go and put your planters in place where they're going to be. So I put 2 of them where I knew I wanted them on the patio. Next, I grabbed a bag of gravel from Walmart. I found that the rocks that I picked up at Walmart were some of the best deals compared to other places that I priced them out at. So I'm gonna put a bag of gravel at the bottom. This is gonna help with drainage, and it's going to give me more weight, which is going to keep these planters in place. Next, I added in a bag of soil. Now for my plants, I went to Walmart. I find that Walmart has some of the best prices for plants each year. And to save a little bit of money, one of my tricks that I like to do to get more plant for my money is to buy hanging planters. These are usually around $10 and you get quite a bit of plants versus buying the individual plants. So that's one of my tips that I like to do. So I bought 2 purple hanging plants. I also had another purple plant and some vine plants, and I just added those into my planter box. So I will be able to change out these plants seasonally depending on, what plants I want for the year. So one of the things that I really went back and forth with was how many real plants should I have versus having fake plants. And I thought, with the inexpensive plants, I would go ahead and try to have real plants, real flowers. But the ones that were going to be a little bit pricier, I was going to buy fake because I'm worried about how often we're gonna be able to be down here to water. I just didn't want to spend a lot of money on real plants and them die because we're not here. So I wanted some big topiaries to go in some planters that I had found, and so I decided to purchase those off of Amazon. I'll link to them down in the description box for you. For these large topiaries, I needed some planters, and one of my favorite places to get planters is Big Lots. I headed to Big Lots. I actually found 2 planters that I liked. I found this geometric one and this one with like wavy lines. You guys are gonna have to let me know down in the comments which one you liked better. Just type the comment geometric or wavy. I will say I ended up picking the wavy ones, but I don't know, it was a hard call on that. Now again, with these planters, I needed to weight them down because I don't want them to blow over. There's a lot of wind where we're at, so I need to make them heavy and stable. So I started by putting a Dollar Tree basket at the bottom. This just provided a little bit of filler, so I didn't have to fill the entire thing with rocks. I came in with some inexpensive gravel from Walmart that I had picked up. Then I added in some soil. From there, I put the topiary into the soil. Next, I put a little bit more soil on top of the topiary. Then I wanted to use some decorative rocks to finish this off. Now, I will tell you, Walmart was the best price for these rocks. I priced them out and they were almost triple at some of the big box stores. And I wanted like a really pretty white rock for the top. So I added those, concentrating them on the top of my planter because I want to give it as much weight as possible so it's going to stay there and be stable. And I added these planters to the back part of my deck. Now, if you guys like dogs, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. No thumbs down if you like cats though. We actually were lucky enough that the previous owners had put in a fire pit. So I, of course, wanted to put some chairs around this fire pit. I found some great Adirondack chairs that are really great quality, and I bought 6 of them, put those together, and put them around the fire pit. I really want to have some side tables around the fire pit, but I need 6. That's going to be expensive. So I think I found the cheapest option here at Walmart. So let's go in. I'm going to show you what I found. I'm gonna set out the side tables in between each of my Adirondack chairs. So I looked everywhere, Amazon, Walmart, Target for outdoor pillows. The best deal I found was at HomeGoods. I found this one for $16.99. This is a pack of 2 for $20. I'm gonna get 3 of these pillows. I also found this big poof. I believe this is $40. I placed all of the pillows around in the chairs. I also grabbed some black pillows that I had found at Walmart. I also wanted to add in some throw blankets because it gets chilly here at night. So most of the throw blankets I picked up off of Amazon for under $15. We will link to all of them for you down in the description box. Are you on TikTok? If so, you need to be following me. I have 2 accounts. One is Liz from Make DIY. I post quick DIYs as well as all of my shopping trips. And I also have an account called Liz Fenwick. This is where I share with you all of my favorite Amazon finds. So go follow me. So earlier in the week, I kind of went on a hunt for some different planters for the space. I wanted inexpensive ones. I picked up a couple at Big Lots, but I have to say my favorite planters were these ones that I found at Walmart. They were like beigey and white. They looked just like Pottery Barn planters. So they are out right now, so you guys can go grab those. I also picked up my plants from Walmart. So I went ahead and planted all of my flowers. And then I added the plants around the lower deck. If you guys have made it this far in the video, thank you so much. Go down in the comments and comment the word of the day, which is patio. Next, I had this idea to make some concrete planters for the patio. So for this DIY, you're going to need 3 juice containers, or however many planters you're gonna make is how many juice containers you need. I also grabbed 3 mason jars. Then I cut off the top portion of the juice containers. Now on each of the juice containers, I marked 2 lines. The first line at the bottom was gonna be the line where I was going to add the concrete in. The second line was going to be where I pushed the mason jar down. That was gonna be how high the concrete was going to raise up. So that was kind of my strategy to get them all to be the same height. So I started by mixing my concrete with water. I like my concrete to be at a pudding consistency. I find that it's the most manageable to work with. So I mixed the water and concrete. Next, I added my concrete into my juice container at that bottom line. Then I put the mason jar in and I pushed it down until the concrete came up to that second line. You're gonna repeat this with any other mason jars or concrete planters that you're trying to create. Let this dry at least 24 hours, and then you're going to pull off the cardboard. That's why I like using cardboard, because it's really easy to take off after you're done creating your planter. Now, here's what happened. I created 3 of these and somehow the concrete settled, and so they were really at varying heights, so I didn't like all 3 of them put together. I thought they would work in different areas around my patio. Now to fill these, I grabbed some stems from Walmart that are new and out this spring. They're really pretty, and I'm gonna add those to the mason jars. And here's how it looks styled on my Bluu outdoor cooler. So I told you earlier that the side table by my lounge chairs actually serves multi-functions, so you can raise up the top portion and lock it in place to create a cooler. I'm so excited about this feature. I added some ice to the bottom of the cooler, and then you can just put in any drinks that you want to keep cool for the day. With the top open, I was so surprised at how long my drinks were actually able to stay cool pretty much the entire day. Now I'm gonna put all the links to the Bluu products down in the description box. You can also use my code LIZ2022 to get 15% off at checkout. When we moved in, on each of the pillars outside, there were some oil lamp sconces, but one of them was missing, so I knew I was going to need to replace these. So I found some solar light sconces off of Amazon in a pack of 2, so I decided to put those in place of the sconces that were already there. I drilled holes into the wall and screwed the hangers for the sconces in place, and they hang nicely on there, and they actually provide quite a bit of light at night, so I'm really happy with these. To finish off my lower level, I wanted to add some cafe lights to my planters that I spent all that time creating. So I just started by plugging the planters in at the wall, and then my thought was I could hang them where I put the solar lights. Then I strung them across to the planters and put them on the hooks that were on the top of my planters, and then I strung them back and then back to my other planter. And then I did it one more time back to the post. Now the reason I didn't go over my entire patio was because of the fire pit. I didn't want the lights to be above the fire pit, but I was so excited to turn them on at night. They look so pretty and they add just a great element to the patio. If you guys love seeing Moose at DIYs, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. You know, it really helps his self-esteem. Now, one level up from this lower level is a deck area, and it's a covered deck, which is nice. So I actually grabbed the patio furniture from my house to take down there because I felt like it fit in really well with like the color scheme I was going for here. So I added the rug. I also added in my couch and my side tables and the coffee table. Now I was super excited to find this blue and white ottoman at HomeGoods. I added that in as well. In the corner, I wanted to add a little bit of color, so I grabbed some plant stands from Big Lots, so I added those, and I'm also gonna add in some plants that I grabbed from Walmart. Now you guys may be wondering about the planter box that's sitting on this table. In my next outdoor video, I'm gonna share with you how to create this. So that video will be coming out really soon. Now, if you take a step back from the seating area, there's actually a really cool bar that they put in with some decking the previous owners did, and I wanted to add some inexpensive bar stools. I found this set off of Amazon. It was a set of 4. Of course, I'll link it for you. So I'm gonna put those underneath. I also added in some more plants as well. One of the things I really needed was some storage out here. Eventually we want to add a big shed, but I needed something that was going to work well right now. So I'm going to be using the Bluu deck box. This is a 100-gallon deck box. It was really easy to put together, honestly, just locking in place the 4 corners. This deck box actually doubles as a bench, so it can support up to 2 people's weight. It also has a lock on it, so you can use that as well. This would be great for your outdoor pillows or blankets. I'm gonna be using mine to store life jackets. Now, I have to say, you guys, this was a lot of work doing this outdoor patio. This was a big project for me, and I feel like I have a good start. You'll have to let me know what you think of it in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. My next outdoor decorating video is going to be up very soon, and I'll talk to you in our next one. Bye.